Are you working toward financial independence while living with a episodic disability or disabilities? Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Minnie St. Clair, and today I'm super excited. I'm on a baby steps financial peace journey living with episodic disabilities so that I will have financial independence, sovereignty, and I will retire with dignity, working from home, self-employed as a live stream adult entertainment webcam model and a digital business entrepreneur living with bipolar disorder and multiple sclerosis, which is relapse and remitting multiple sclerosis. And I can honestly say it's not too late to get out of debt, build wealth, and give like nobody else. For the last 8 years, I've been budgeting with the inspiration of Dave Ramsey Baby Steps. I earn an income from self-employment and I follow Donald Miller's framework of 5 bank accounts. And then I adapted it specifically for living with a disability and being eligible for the Ontario Disability Support Program, which provides income support, employment support, health benefits, and disability related benefits for people with disabilities who are eligible, and other Canadian disability benefits like the disability tax credit, which allows me to open my registered disability savings plan and access the Canada Disability Benefit. In this video, I'm reviewing September 2025 zero-based budget. Then we're going to plan the budget for October 25. And we will get into an update of my net worth, which is an asset minus liabilities equals net worth. And guess what? If that number equals $1 million, I'm a net worth millionaire. It's a matter, and it matters. And it matters. Then I'll explain the spreadsheet I call ODSP, Self-Employment Earnings Exemption and Deduction Calculator, which is currently available for digital download by scanning the QR code. I forgot which side it's on. And there's also a video explainer of my what I call financial independence, calculate your disability FU money number. And let's get into it because that's a long intro and I should have made it shorter. I just should have made that a little bit shorter. Okay, so too many tabs open. Okay, I need that. That's the budget. That's me checking on stat. Oh, I know where to. Oh, this goes over here because there's Restream, then there's YouTube dashboard, and then there's chat. And I don't need to show the thumbnail anymore. I can post the question on the screen. Are you working towards financial independence while living with episodic disability or disabilities? Leave your comments in chat, or if you're on the replay, leave your comments. I will review them later. And hold on. My tabs moved over. All right, I don't need that anymore. I'm trying to close off the important stuff. The stream is here, my notes are here, and I'm trying to make sure everything makes sense. And I did not share my link to future people that could be in chat that are not here right now. Hold on. You try to do all these things by yourself. It is difficult. Right, my video. Wait, no, I need my channel. Where is it? You channel. Copy link. Share. You go here. Well, I will share to. Oh, right. I'll share here. I'll share there too. Oh, right. Her too. Him too. Oh, don't let me share 5 people. Okay. The people are shared. All right. Let me turn off the phone so we're not distracted. Okay. It's on silent. Okay. So we did the intro. I asked chat the question, and we're going to do part 1, which is that one. Review the budget of September. I know, sometimes I'm behind. September budget, breakdown where every dollar went, and it went. So, okay, every dollar budget. I'm going to put this over here. So I have the notes, and I just try to bounce between tabs and not click close. Oh, I don't need this one. Can I pin that one? All right. Okay. Right. It's not here. So I budget with the software every dollar from Ramsey Solutions because it's simple, effective, and if I feel like getting some motivation, I upgrade to every dollar premium. And then it doesn't connect to my Canadian bank account, but I enter all my transactions manually, and I use all my debit and credit cards. Yes, I still have my credit cards. I haven't, cut them up yet. I'm only cutting up 2, and I'm keeping 2. That is the plan. So I'm Dave Ramsey-ish, but I'm still way better than I was like 5 years ago. It's pretty impressive. So September, that's October. We need September. Okay, share this tab. Wait, not that tab, this tab. Okay, so we're sharing this tab. I don't need this anymore. Remove the thumbnail. Here's the budget, and I'll be in the corner at the bottom. And then we'll hide section 1. Okay, and then, oh, this is full screen. Now that makes sense. But then I can't see chat. So I can't. This is just really, okay. Oh, chat. Hey, you. How you doing, lady? I'm so sorry I had to text you 4 o'clock in the morning in a muscle spasm. But it was so painful for an hour and like a half. And I didn't go to bed. I've been up since 4 a.m. So multiple sclerosis is kicking my butt. Okay, so my September budget, I added the giving category. I have housing, lifestyle, savings, investing, debt repayment, and then in the summary, the planning looks like 8% to giving, 10% to housing, 23% to lifestyle, 8% to savings, 47% to investing, 3% to debt repayment. That is the plan. What happened was $1,277.98 to housing, obviously, but I also text my mother at 4 o'clock in the morning. I text you both the same message at the same time. I'm impressed. And the thing is, the muscle spasms, because I'm on the muscle relaxer, what it does is they still happen. Like it vibrates my whole arm, but I can still wiggle my fingers. But then my arms are buzzing. So it has like different levels of intensity and hand function, depending on what it wants to do, when it wants to do it. And I then opened a Google Doc and I did speech to text and I documented the whole entire process as it was happening almost by the minute, because it happened at like 4:09, then around 4:38. Do I still have that thing on my phone? Oh yeah, I do. Right, Google Docs. Yeah, so 4:16, the buzzing is still in my arms, behind my elbow and in my neck. Then 4:25, right arm is still buzzing. My left arm is less buzzing. There's buzzing in my neck and my back. It is tolerable, but I could try to go back to sleep. Then, oh, right, I stopped talking. So, but yeah, from 4 a.m., I had no choice. Like I couldn't. So basically, my knee was hurting me. Then I rolled over. Then my arms were bothering me. And it went from my arms, my neck, my back, the other arm. Then it squeezed my rib cage. and I had to wait till it was over for 90 minutes. Yeah, that was that. So, lifestyle. I spent $864.56. Part of that was seeing a physiotherapy clinic that specializes in neurological conditions. They are awesome. I love them. And the receptionist is super perky, like super perky. But I now have like a physiotherapy clinic that's not a government clinic that actually feels like they care about your well being and wellness and want to help you versus the government clinic who acts like you're bothering them. And I really don't want to show up as a patient so that they can get government money from treating me, pretty much. And my appointment with them is on Monday. I'm not going to go. But they also make their cancellation process very difficult. Yeah. Where's this? Mm-hmm. Like, there's 90,000 Canadians with multiple sclerosis. There's 2 million worldwide in varying degrees of symptoms and disability score, which is called EDDS. And the reason I know this, it's in the notes that the doctors write about me in my multiple sclerosis. They gave me a 2. I should look that up so we have a bonus. EDD, multiple sclerosis, not RDD, EDDS, multiple sclerosis. Calculator? What do you mean there's a calculator? MD, expanded disability status scale, functional, online. Why is it so complicated? Why? Oh, this one's better. Oh, yeah. I see. Oh, there's a video. Okay, good. We're going to play this later. Okay, I found what I needed. So, and oh, yeah, savings $511.44. Really? Right. Emergency fund is now, it's going to be $700, but it didn't happen in September. Oh, what do we do in September for the emergency fund? Oh, we just made sure this thing was balanced. That's what we did. Yeah, because it was my every dollar has different sinking funds, or you can make a category of fund. And the fund wasn't updated for a while because it still had old numbers from the previous time I had $1,000 in my emergency fund. So I had to update the current balance in September, which ended up being $516 for my $1,000 Baby Sip One emergency fund. And then investing got no monies. I know that because I'm working towards maxing out my registered disability savings plan with the contributions for 2025. The government said if I deposit $1,950, they will match my contributions of carry forward and catch up contributions to 4,400. And the last time I checked, well, net worth is later, right? Net worth is later. I won't share my net worth about the RDSP account right now, but I can tell you I'm super excited about it because it went up. And then debt repayment, $426.14. I don't like that number. I need to pay the credit card debt off for October, November, December, and it really ideally it should be gone by my birthday because that'd be great. And then I can go to the Japanese restaurant for my birthday. Ooh, right. Cam, you should come. Cam, the ones in chat, not me. Because I know 2 of me now. That's fantastic. Okay, so that was September. You know about me hiring a private physiotherapist. I had to do a lot of medical appointments in September, echocardiogram. And then in my echocardiogram, I had a muscle spasm. And while they were scanning my heart and they said my heart was beating fast, now I fully understand what they mean at 4:00 in the morning. So now I'm thinking of getting the heart rate monitor, the Fitbit thingy or the Apple Watch, just have it monitor my heart while I'm sleeping to see if those happens again. so I can better predict and document my symptoms. Yeah, you do. You do. Either virtual or in person. We'll figure it out. So virtual and in person, we'll figure it out. Yeah. Yeah, September's finished. But this is what it looks like in the spreadsheet. Is that September? Yeah, that's September. September goes here. Share this tab. It should be on the screen. Oh, that's not live. Okay, chat is live. I should put a goal in chat in case more people come in. So basically, super chats, I will host a Q&A. Answer your questions. Not all the colors. Give me 1 hour. Okay, a goal has been started in chat. Hopefully more people show up. But I also did not tweet out that I'm online right now either, or post on my other socials. I need an assistant. Like, really. I do. I need an assistant because there's just too many things going on. I really don't know. Okay, so I made my own budget in Google Sheets. I've been doing that since the beginning of the debt-free journey on the channel. I believe the first video is a December 2018 video, I think. Oh, now I have to go look. Yeah, I think 2018 is my first budget video on the channel. And then I tried to work the Dave Ramsey baby steps without going to a Canadian bankruptcy trustee office, which I can tell you was not fun. And then 2019, I did. Oh, yeah, 2018. Oh, there's 6 videos in that playlist. Really? Oh, okay. That's the beginning of, wait, is there 2017? There's videos, but there's not budget videos. But this is 7 years ago, sick and tired moment. What date is that? That's 7 years. Yeah, August 2018. August 3rd. Oh, okay. Yeah, I look like a hot mess in that video. Which shows you can get your financial house in order no matter how you look like. I'm going to share it. Hold on. Let me share that tab, what I'm talking about. No, don't play the video. Just show them my head. So here's me in 2018. I still have that dresser. I still have that cast. I still have my vision board. I still have my plush emojis. I got rid of the dice. The air conditioner's gone. That blanket is still here. I may or may not still have this shirt. The skull vodka is gone. And everything else here is also gone in that picture. Yeah. And the bed is still here. Oh, that clip is still here. Those curtains are still here. I need to make a makeover. So it's pay off debt, make over the apartment, live like nobody else, because you can live and give it like nobody else. Because, yeah, but this is just going to show you could start at any point in time. If once you're sick and tired, you're sick and tired. So, yeah, that's that one. I need to get out of full screen. How did I get into full screen? Let me stop sharing this so I can close that tab. I'll put this video link in chat so people can watch it later. Actually, no. You know what? I'll put in the description later. That's true. I should have a whole notepad of putting videos in description later. So we did section 1, video to add to description. Okay, perfect. Hmm. Right, we're in October. Captions. So October, budget planning. Every dollar has a job. Planning my October. You should also plan your October if you haven't done it already. So the first week of the month, you can get on the budget. And I will hide my tab for September. Okay, here's a spreadsheet. Looks roughly exactly the same as September. It just looks like this. Not budget template, spreadsheet. This. Here. October. All I do, I copy or duplicate. It's a duplicate tab. And then I enter all the numbers of September in the dashboard. And then each quarter has a color, like Q1 is blue, Q2 is green, Q3 is yellow, and Q4 is red. We're now in the red section. We're in Q4. So here's all of Q4. I've been tracking my credit score too. I added that in here. And I track TransUnion. I don't really check Equifax. I might. I'll add that next year. I'll track both of them because it'd be interesting, data of my credit score. But it's been going up. January, my credit score was 598. I almost said a bigger number. So 598 for 4 months. Then May, it went to 580. So it went down. June, 602. It went up. Then July, 608. It went up. August, 620. Up. September, 643. Up. And part of why it went up, some monies I received, I deposited them on the credit card, let them sit for a couple of days before I spent them. And then I did it like 4 times because August I went to the emergency room. Then August, all the muscle spasms in my arms, I had almost zero-ish function of my hands. So then I needed to order groceries. Then there was the physiotherapy, then minimum payments. And then I did an extra payment, or I did a bigger payment when the minimum payment was due. So like the minimum payment was like $43. I would add like $160. So this is how I've noticed the credit score is a weird roller coaster that I pay attention to and I don't pay attention to. So like if I want to go into home ownership, they say I need my credit score to be above 680. We're 40 something points away from that. And then I can, get all the offers from Credit Karma and Borrowell trying to give me more credit that I don't need. And that's been happening. I hate that thing. It's so annoying. Yeah. And I track my net worth in here, but we're not going to talk about it today. Well, I mean, we will, but it's not right now. We're going to talk about it after. We're still in October. Okay, so October, and then every dollar for October. Share this tab. Here's October. Here's a summary. It kind of looks exactly the same as September, except a few changes. So income in October is $1,779 of disability income. And it also gives me access to some of ODSP's health benefits. And I say some because they are not paying for my muscle relaxers. They're $26.67. Right. I think I bought them in September. Yeah, I bought that in September. Oh, wait, I bought a fan. Oh, right. I didn't even tell you about income that came in September. My bad. Hold on. I'm so sorry. So income that came in September was disability payment, my monthly payment of $17.79. They take $81.15 for the overpayment. And then I got approved for air conditioner money from ODSP through the city of Toronto for a cooling device because I have a life-threatening health condition that could send me to the hospital or a risk of not living. So that was $300. Then the Canada Disability Benefit money came in. That was $200. I did not make any money as a webcam model in September. So net income, self-employment, business is still 0. And then I learned that I need to have income coming into my e-wallet every 6 months, or I risk my account being closed. So no pressure. I have to work. Tax credits did not come in September because I'm getting a giant lump sum of the Trillium benefit in June, but I will plan that. I already planned that money for June. It's going to be my college fund because I want to go back to college. So when that money comes in June 2026, I will lock it into a GIC and we'll start the whole GIC laddering. It would be a whole separate video series of that. And then gifts, honorariums, and other income. So that was a gift from mom, I think. Yeah, gift from mom was 200. I need to go back and look when gift from grandma was August. Yeah, I think gift from grandma was August. Yeah, more money came in August. Oh, August had to buy me a coffee. Oh, that's nice. Somebody bought me a coffee in August. Yay. Every time you buy me a coffee, it helps support the channel. And there's a QR code somewhere up here because I'm at the bottom. Above my arms, that wiggle. QR code if you want to support the channel and see more content and then help me get a better setup and maybe hire a producer to help me. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, so that was September income. Go back to October. So here's October. Right. So October, where already came in was disability money comes on the end of the month, the last business day of the month, which is October 31st. And then disability tax credit comes in the third Thursday of the month. As long as I am on my muscle relaxers and I don't have symptoms as frequently as they were in August, I should be able to bring in business income from webcamming in October. Plus I have to because I don't want to lose my e-wallet account that collects all my income from webcam. So that number, we'll wait and see what that is. Hopefully it's a good number. I'm hoping for $3,000. That is what I'm hoping for. Tax credit came in $121.44. Then I always plan gifts in my budget of $833 because $833 is $10,000 for 12 months, which is the allowable amount with the rules of ODSP for gifts, honorariums, and inheritance, which is what, section 5.10? Is it? Hold on. Let me find it. That's loans is 5.10. My bad. Gifts is 5.8 on ODSP. Okay, back to the captions. Ooh, net worth update, the fun stuff. Okay. But I'm going to play. Ooh, let me play the video so I can go to the restroom and then I'll come back and I'll play the short one. I think it's. Which one's the short one? Actually, you know what? I don't even know. I'm going to play the video and then we'll come right back.
You know, for way too long, the conversation around disability and money has been one of scarcity. There's this powerful and frankly disempowering idea that getting disability support means your financial future is basically set in stone. But what if that's not the whole story? In this explainer, we're diving deep into the rules of Canada's Ontario Disability Support Program, or ODSP, to show you how you can actually challenge that narrative and build real wealth. All right, so here's the game plan. First, we're going to tackle that pervasive story about disability and poverty head-on. Then we'll uncover the surprisingly powerful financial tools that are hidden right inside the ODSP system. After that, we are going to bust some of the biggest myths that stop people from taking action. And finally, we'll map out how to find a really tangible goal, your personal financial freedom number. So let's kick things off with that common story. It's a narrative that shapes everything: policy, how the public sees things, and, most importantly, how people who are on disability support see their own financial potential. This question, man, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? So many people with disabilities feel exactly this way, like the financial system is just a maze of no's and restrictions, not a set of tools you can actually use to build a future. And that feeling of being trapped, it's not just a feeling. It is backed by some pretty stark reality. 1 in every 6 Canadians with disabilities lives in poverty. That's double the rate of those without disabilities. This isn't just bad luck, it's a systemic issue. So the story we're all told pretty much forces you into survival mode. But what if you could do more than just survive? What if you could actually thrive? Not by fighting the system, but by getting to know its rules so well that you can use them to your own advantage. And that's exactly what we're about to get into. Okay, this is where things get really interesting. This is the most empowering part of this whole conversation, unlocking the financial tools that are already available within ODSP. These are called exempt assets, and trust me, they are the hidden keys to building wealth while you're on the program. The first, and probably the most well-known tool, is the Registered Disability Savings Plan, or RDSP. Seriously, this thing is a total game changer. It's an investment account made specifically for people with disabilities, and any money you have in it or any money it earns is completely invisible to ODSP. It doesn't count towards your asset limits at all. This is your foundation. Okay, but this is where a lot of people hit a wall. They hear about the RDSP, but then they assume that other amazing accounts, like a TFSA or an RSP, are totally off limits. The truth is, they can be exempt too. But it all comes down to one single critical detail. And here it is. This is the secret sauce. Where you hold your investments is everything. If you have a TFSA or an RSP at a regular bank, yep, that counts towards your $40,000 asset limit. But, and this is a huge but, if you hold those exact same accounts through a life insurance company, investing in something called segregated funds, they're treated totally differently. And suddenly, up to an additional $100,000 can become exempt. This is a massive and often overlooked strategy. So what on earth are these segregated funds anyway? Well, think of them as investment funds that are wrapped up in an insurance contract. Because they're technically an insurance product, ODSP looks at them differently. It puts them under the policy for life insurance, not general assets. And that's the mechanism. That's the little detail that unlocks that extra $100,000 of exemption. Okay, so once you get that distinction, everything else starts to click into place. So let's use that knowledge to move on to our next section, navigating the financial rules of ODSP. We are going to bust some of the most common myths that hold people back. All right, let's tackle these myths right now. Myth number 1, you can't have any real savings. The reality, exempt assets like your RDSP and that $100,000 in segregated funds let you save a lot. Myth number 2, earning money isn't worth it? Nope. The truth is, ODSP has a really generous income exemption. And finally, the big worry, my investment growth will cut my benefits. Again, not true. When that growth happens inside these exempt accounts, it's protected. Let's just pause on that earning myth for a second, because this number is so important. As of recent updates, you can earn up to $1,000 of net income every single month from a job or your own business, and it will not reduce your ODSP payment by a single penny. The system is designed to encourage work, not punish you for it. Okay, so now you have the tools, you understand the rules, it's time to set a target. And that brings us to our final section, defying your freedom number. This is about setting a real, tangible goal for your own financial independence. Now, the source material for this calls it something pretty provocative, the Disability FU Money Number. Yeah, it's a bit blunt, but you know what? It perfectly captures the goal. It's about achieving a level of financial freedom where you are no longer dependent on the system. So what is it exactly? Well, put simply, it's the finish line. It's the total amount of money you need in your investments to generate enough income to completely replace your disability benefits. It's the point where you can confidently step away from support because your own wealth has you covered. And how do you figure out your number? It's actually way simpler than you might think. Step 1, figure out the annual income you need to live comfortably. The source uses an example number of about $21,000. Step 2, you just multiply that annual income number by 25. This is based on a really common financial planning idea called the 4% rule. So in our source's example, that freedom number works out to about $533,000. And look, I know that can sound like a huge, intimidating number. But remember all those tools we just talked about? By using exempt assets like your RDSP and those segregated funds, it stops being some impossible dream and starts becoming a concrete, achievable target. And that really gets to the absolute core of this whole strategy. This isn't about finding loopholes or trying to bend the rules. It's about understanding the regulations so deeply that you can use them exactly as they are written to build and, just as importantly, protect your own financial future. At the end of the day, that narrative, the one that says your financial story is already written for you, is just that. It's a story. You have the tools and you have the knowledge to write a completely different one. So the only real question left is, what will your first chapter be? For way too long, the conversation around disability.
Okay, I'm back. Which, hold on. This one. Yeah. Wait, you hear me? Okay, good. So I like that I have the video. It gave me a nice break. It totally did. So one of the annoying things of multiple sclerosis is bladder issues. Yay. Like, yeah. So that's the video. So like it said something in there about 4% rule. It's because it's trying to get the information from the financial independence retire early 4% rule of when you reach your fine number, but like we may or may not be taking out 4% withdrawals from our investment portfolios when the time comes. Like the disability savings plan automatically says you have to take out withdrawals in the year you turn 60. They stop putting contributions to your registered disability savings plan when you turn 49. This year I'm 40, so I have 9 years to get all of the grant and disability money I'm eligible for. 49, then 59. I'm planning to take out money out of my registered disability savings plan. And ideally, I don't want to be on disability ODSP when I have to take out money from the registered disability savings plan, even though it's an exempt asset from ODSP. It's an annoying part when I read the rules of ODSP. So like how they want you to have $40,000 in non-exempt assets. You have a life insurance policy. Then you can take out withdrawals of $10,000 a year from life insurance proceeds. I don't want to be on there because if I'm still on there at 59, I still got to check in with a caseworker, go down to the office. It smells like rotten flesh, like navigating what they'll cover with insurance or not. Ideally, I should be exited off of ODSP by 59, which is, wait, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 60. I don't know. Wait, let me do math. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out. They automatically make you apply for OAS, GIS, CPP when you're turning 64. They make you get ready to apply for it. But if I'm 59 and I have too much money, oh, that's 5 years ahead. Yeah, honestly, like no pressure, but I have 19 years to come off disability benefits as a personal goal for me based on achieving my disability FU money number. That is not necessarily the American version of the 4% rule of financial independence, retire early, or trying to have 25 times your income. For me, it was just a good way of measuring. ODSP gives me $1,779 a month times 12 months. That's roughly 21,000. Wait, is it 21,000? Times 12. Yeah, 21,348. That's still below the poverty line because the poverty line, that the basket measure of poverty line determined for a single person should be getting 2,300 a month to live at the low income threshold based on the basket measure of poverty. That is not the poverty measure that ODSP uses to index their amount by inflation. There's more than one poverty measure, and I don't know why they have to make more than one. They couldn't just make a standard one and keep it. No, they have to make like 4 of them. And then American, they determine their poverty line based on 1950. And then Canada copied the Americans' welfare reform from 1970. Yeah. I talk more about that with Allison Hayes live stream like a couple weeks ago. She breaks down the entire system of ableism and the really mentally messed up system we have for disability. And America right now is stripping away a lot of the disability programs and resources that people with disabilities in America would use. And hopefully our prime minister in Ontario, wait, no, premier, my bad, wrong one. Actually, both of them. Yeah, both of them. Never mind. Both levels of government need to actually acknowledge there's a certain population of the province is living below the poverty line. And if they don't do anything, it will get worse. Because as much as I like to talk about these things, I also know they're not accessible to everybody. But I also want to make sure that people that want to achieve these things feel like they have permission to go do it, because I am. Because I can't stay below the poverty line. I will go back to CAMH and have a psychological evaluation. And I don't want them to assign me a psychiatrist. Again, yeah, I'm just trying to stay well as much as I can. Like, is that really too much to ask for? I hope not. Oh, thank you, Cam. Yes, I know. And yeah, the video, there's another one just in case I need to go again. So, but yeah, I made that with, yeah, so I gave it the example of what I was looking for. I gave it exactly how to calculate ODSP's $1,000 current threshold, then how I calculated my independence number for being on disability benefits. And if you can have the same amount of money that you get from disability in your investments, you already know how to live on that. It's not like it's going to be a big drastic shock of change. Because if you're already living on $21,000 a year, a little bit more if you get the work-related benefit, the cooling device money, gifts, like honorariums, like every time an organization wants to pay me an honorarium, I always try to ask for to get it in cash with an email money transfer. Some of them have sent me a check in the mail, but right now Canada Post is on strike, so that's not really a viable option right now. Canada Post, get your ish together, please. Thank you. Okay, so where were we? We did the disability FU number calculation. Now we calculate my net worth for September. Yay! I have to go back to the spreadsheet. Oh, I don't have the, do I have the, which numbers are these? Okay, good. Because the spreadsheet tab I use to calculate my net worth looks like, okay. Yeah. My net worth now is 112,753. My assets, majority in the registered disability savings plan, 129,219. It from 5 years, because 2018, 2019, there was a lot of zero. Then I didn't track anything in 2020, 21, 22. I just didn't track it because I didn't see the point at that time to track it. Then August 2023, I started tracking my net worth in the spreadsheet. That was 58,222 net worth. So it's income, it's assets minus liabilities equal to 58,222. The assets was 69,774 in 2023. We're now in September 2025, where the assets are 1,200. Wait, see, I can't even say the number. 1,000. Wait, 100. My bad. 129,219. I have to count all the tens to get it. So yeah, 129,219. Mine with my name on it. Mine. Then I have to report to ODSP every December so they know what's in my bank account. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. This is me trying to calculate credit cards and stuff. Yeah. And then my goal is to invest 25% or more of my income into my investments once I'm debt free. Because I definitely want to be off of disability ODSP at age 59. We got 19 years to do it. I think we'll do okay because of the way I started with 69,000 in 2023 and 2025 we're 129. It's 6 numbers versus 5 numbers. We're doing good. Praise God. Holy crap. Like, holy crap. And then the end of September 30th, the RDSP was 1,000. No, I keep saying 1,000. It's 100. It's 117,367 and 2 cents. Gotta count my penny. My pennies are in there. Yeah, most of that, I have the breakdown of that. Let me find that tab. Hold on. Stop sharing. That tab, RDSP tab. So it breaks down like this of what do I do with my RDSP to get all I'm doing is following the instructions on the paper from the government and deposit exactly what they tell me to deposit into my registered disability savings plan. And now I know there's some people applying for their disability tax credit right now, hoping to access the Canada disability benefit. But if you are in the age bracket that you're allowed to open your registered disability savings plan, open your registered disability savings plan. A lot of people that I read on Reddit and groups and different meetings, they focus on getting their disability tax credit to focus on getting a bigger adjustment on the previous year's tax refund and have that money deposited into their bank account that honestly should be deposited in the registered disability savings plan to be invested for the future. And then you're like, okay, so if I'm too old, you're over 59 and you're not going to benefit from having everything from the registered disability savings plan, then it's a good idea to put that money into your tax-free savings account. But if you're on Ontario Disability Support Program, it's protected better when the tax-free savings account is open with a financial institution that opens them as segregated funds, because to be exempt under ODSP policy under section 4.8 life insurance policies. I know I said a lot of details, but I'm trying to make sure everyone's assets are protected in the best way I know of memorizing this entire disability policy that drives me mad. Yes. Like, yes. Yeah. Like, I mean, I could play the video again to explain it again, but maybe that section I just said is just need to rewind a little bit and then hear it all over again. Because I will always be telling you that I invest my TFSA, FHSA, RRSP in segregated funds. Now, I could move my taxable broker account to a non-registered segregated fund, but that particular account for me, where it's invested in a traditional non-life insurance financial institution, is my disability FU money account. Because I had to make one so that I can see myself actually have assets that have the possibility of making me ineligible for Ontario Disability Support Program, because my assets are larger than $40,000 based on one investment account that has I read the fun facts yesterday. S&P 60, S&P 500, some mostly Canadian, all the Canadian 5 banks, energy, Berkshire Hathaway, which is Warren Buffett's investment firm thingy. So there's wealth management companies, there's energy in there, there's technology in there, and financial institutions and Canadian. Awesome. Yeah. So I know what my plan is. That's what I'm doing. Not a lot of people are going to talk about what they do on disability benefits, to come off disability benefits, because they're scared. And the main reason I'm not scared, every document I have of all of my income and assets and invoices, and when somebody gives me a gift, or did I get an honorarium from presenting at an organization that pays in honorariums, ODSP has to determine my eligibility based on all my financial records, like all of them. I'm happy to share the numbers of everything because the government already has a copy of it by the 7th of every month. And I have to make sure they have everything by the end of the year. So sharing the numbers is not that bad. Sharing the numbers feels like we're doing a little math problem together, which I can tell you, I'm winning. I think, yeah, I wrote a letter to myself to read next year, where 1 year from now, my assets will be, my net worth will be $200,000, which means all the ones would become twos, and we still have 6 numbers that I have to carefully read out so we get all of them, and I don't call them 2,000 when it's going to be 200,000. Yeah, some of these numbers are very difficult to say, but they're very fun because my name is on it. So I'm having a good time. I don't know about y'all, but let me know who's still here. Okay. We're done sharing the screen. Oh yeah, I didn't get the breakdown of the registered disability savings plan. So from 2020, so I reapplied for the second time for the disability tax credit. It got approved. Congratulations. I got approved for the disability tax credit. And then I took a copy of the paper that said I'm approved for the disability tax credit, and I opened my registered disability savings plan. Then at the time, I only had $1,500, $1,500, and I deposited the minimum requirement I was told at the time to deposit. I didn't know. Wait, no, I deposit more. Okay, I was told I was supposed to deposit 1,500. I deposit 2,100. Then a couple months later, the government deposits in that account 17,300 because I'm eligible, and my time period of date of when did my disability start to when I'm eligible, 2008. They went back every decade they could find. It's maximum 10 years they go back, but I think they went back all of them, honestly, when I looked. In my re-notice of assessments in my CRA account, they went back further because I can see it when I log in. And then I just been tracking it. I've been tracking my RDSP, and I've been trying to track the deposits that come in from the government. Those are a little tricky to track because you deposit now, and they usually show up 30 days after you deposit, of them catching up with the grants and bonds. Like I deposit $400 so far for 2025, and I saw $1,200 of grants or bonds. No, grant is grants. So the bond is 1,000. The grants are maximum 3,500, but it could be bigger if you're catching up with previous years of your registered disability savings plan. The thing is, a lot of financial people, they don't know these things unless they work with people, like a lot of people with registered disability savings plans. Finding a financial advisor who sells mutual funds or life insurance products that can open registered disability savings plans with segregated funds that actually care about the person with the disability and doesn't see you like dollar signs are rare. They're out there. Take the time to find them, because My investments are growing and I don't really have to pay attention to the stock market. I do understand what I have invested in my accounts. I just don't check them all the time because I have too many things to worry about. And I partially lost my train of thought again. But the point is, stick with it, actually do the rules properly. Eventually, it gets really, really boring and technical. Like this. Yeah. The only fun part about it is seeing how close I get to 500 and what was that FU number I put in there? 17 times 12 times 25, 533,700 is my FU disability number based on whichever investment account I have hits that number first. Chances are it's going to be my registered disability savings plan. And if I catch up all my contribution rooms on my tax-free savings account, because that room now is $109,000, it'll be tax-free money in that account. As soon as I get to baby step 4, investing 15% of my income in retirement accounts, and I max out all of them that I have and watch them fly away in the stock market. Some of them come back. They come back with more money. It's fantastic. Okay, I'm sharing the screen because this is a lot of numbers, I know. And for people on the channel who watch who don't really understand the numbers, I'm just letting you know, start with Dave Ramsey baby steps. Fastest, easiest way of getting your grip on financial concepts of start with your emergency fund, $1,000, find all your debts, pay them all back, invest in baby step 4. So baby step 3, you're saving 3 to 6 months of expenses for your fully funded emergency fund. Doing the first 3 that I did in 9 months. Wait, no, it's 9 months? No, 2019, December 2019, I paid off $8,000 in 9 months. So by August 2020, I was consumer debt free completely with $6,000 in an emergency fund. And it felt nice. I can't even describe it. And I was still eligible for Ontario Disability Support Program. Oh my God. Because ODSP changed the amount of assets you're allowed to have in 2017, September. They went from $5,000 of assets to $40,000 of assets. And then if you dug around in the policy, you saw you're allowed $100,000 if it is a segregated fund, annuity, or trust fund. Because there's 4.7 funds held in a trust. Then there's 4.8 life insurance policies for Ontario Disability Support Program. If you're on Ontario Works, the rules are different. I don't know what they are because I'm focused on Ontario Disability Support Program. As you can tell, my brain is turning into a pumpkin and we're only an hour and 20 minutes. And I had captions. So we did here. We're on section 4. Yay. Okay. So we did net worth update. I gave you some disability information. I gave you some policy information at ODSP. And now section 4, it's the ODSP employment calculation calculator. You did see a little bit of it when I did the calculation for spouses. But for me, I can only do it if you earn self-employment income. If you earn net income from employment income, you have to look at your pay stub to determine what is gross income. Look at all your calculations for CPP and other taxes, the federal and provincial taxes. Then you'll see your net income. You may have union dues. You may have child support garnishment. You may have garnishment for paying debts on that pay stub. There's a lot of things on a pay stub that could happen that I don't know because I haven't had a job since 2008. So my brain works over here in self-employment. So that is what we're doing. And I remember last week I talked about disability without poverty They invited me to be a presenter in December, and I got to work the whole week on my presentation. Luckily, it's going to be recorded, so I can take my time and record it and then figure out if I'm going to add the video explainer video in it, or I explain the disability FU money number concept myself in the presentation. I'll just use slides instead of the video, but the video is very, accessible, digestible video. And then my spreadsheet that I always recommend you get from the Buy Me a Coffee link that's in the Buy Me a Coffee digital download part of the coffee link. It's a little easier. There's a whole dashboard on the front page of the calculator. I'm trying to figure out where I put that thing in my... Is it here? Oh, it's here. Oh, good. Yay. It's here. It doesn't... Okay, it's in my Microsoft OneDrive. Okay, so overview. Okay, the overview. Okay, good. It's here. This one. Okay. And then people, if you have questions in chat, in live stream, in the replay, or anytime you see me online, ask. I will do my best to help. Okay, so here I made an extra page in the spreadsheet that you download in the Buy Me a Coffee that looks like this. So it's easier. I even wrote steps. I did? I don't use this one every day. I use this one. And this is a different version. Actually, no, it's the same one. Is it the same one? Hold on. Is mine different? Great. I want to make sure it's easier if we use the same one, but I think mine is different. Yeah, mine is different, I think. It might be. It's okay. It does the math. I'll show you. It's different in layout, but the math is still here. Like when we were doing the example of working 40 hours a week for 37.5 hours. Oh, that's not it. No, that's 7.5. 37.5. Okay, good. So 2,860. Those numbers are still here. So this calculates based on the income exemption is $1,000. And because I'm single, the spreadsheet operates if you're single. I will have to take a little bit of time and make another spreadsheet if you're a couple. So then the couple who's earned the half of the couple that's non-disabled earning income can see the calculation in the spreadsheet before you enter your earnings to ODSP, so you're not surprised when ODSP updates your pay stub payment in the My Benefits dashboard. You would see it before. You can plan your budget before. You can plan out how many hours you're going to work before, because it directly 100% affects the disabled person who's unable to work if they have a spouse who's out there working full-time hours. Because part-time hours, what are you doing? Fine. It wants me to toggle full screen. Great. Okay. So, but I made it. Okay. Yeah. If you're working 20 hours a week. Wait, it did some. It's all right. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'll make it. You will make it. Yeah, the one couple. So the couple, so the benefit unit looks at how many people that are receiving ODSP are disabled. It could be just you, nobody else, because you're single, not married, no children. It could be you and you have a child under the age of 18, Then the child who's under the age of 18, any income they earn is exempt from clawing back your income, the disabled parent. So you can fund the household with the child's income and then your income. This is where some people I met where they said their parent was on ODSP, they adapted the lifestyle of living poor. And it every time they talk about it, it just sounds super sad and stressful. Then you could be single with more than one children under the age of 18. And then the child benefit income that you get from the baby bonus would be exempt under ODSP, but then ODSP expects you to apply for your child baby bonus once you have a child and prove that you gotten, because there is a rule in the policy of obligation to pursue other income sources. And then they could threaten to suspend your file because you didn't pursue other income sources. Every time I talk about what ODSP requires, I get a little bit of chest pain. I can't. I don't want to aggravate the stress. I feel like the chef on Seinfeld. I gotta sit down. I'm not gonna no. Poppy, that's his name. Never mind. I almost forgot the guy's name. Yeah, I don't want to be Poppy. No. Okay, we're here. Okay, so part-time hours, 15, 25, and 33 cents. 15, 25, 33 cents. Why does it feel like it's just not missing? Okay, if you work part-time hours on ODSP and you're the single person, disabled, no children, not married, part-time 20 hours a week at your job, 15.25 a month and 33 cents, you would get exemption of $525, 33 cents. You receive, where's this coming from? G72, great. Which is somewhere down here. No. No, that's 95. Where's G72? Oh, man, this feels like Battleship and Computer Camp. All right, so G72, it's here. Okay. Okay, 1819. So you get 1819 plus your 20-hour working week. That's not that bad. Your whole year. Oh, that's actually really good. Oh. Wait, is this one calculating? What's this calculating? Oh, I was estimating something. That's what made sense. So I was trying to predict the future increase of ODSP in 2026 because it roughly goes up $40 a year. That's why I said 1819. But we're not there yet. We're still in 2017. Okay. So can I do this? Because this number is confusing me. All right, 1779 minus 8120. What did it do? Yes? What are you doing now? Look, Microsoft, leave me alone. Build formulas easily when you insert functions experience. You can access it from function in the formula tab, from FX button in the formula bar. Okay, great. I will worry about that later. Okay. What recovery? What did we do? Oh, man. I broke my spreadsheet. Give me a minute. Is there another calculator in here? Okay, this one, I think. 15, 25, 33. Okay. Oh, the hell? Okay, if I do this, does it do it? Not 700. 1485. Where is it calculating that number? I added something in here that's driving me a little bit mad. So I'm gonna have to update this sheet because it's doing something weird. But I do know. Yeah, I have to change it. Okay, so me my 1779, but there's an overpayment. So when I don't have the overpayment, that's what's confusing me. So like being on ODSP and you have an overpayment, they're clawing back part of your check to pay back the overpayment till the payment is zero balance. I learned I could pay the overpayment faster, which is the mission of end of the month. I have $1,000 starter emergency fund. I'm going to focus on paying off my disability overpayment first, which is not this number anymore in this spreadsheet. It's in the other spreadsheet. Okay, so the minimum wage calculation. Yeah, I have to update the spreadsheet because it did something weird in the quick formula and I don't know why. And I don't want to try to figure it out right here. So 20 hours, 15, 25, and 33 cents. Oh, see, that's a nice number. Okay, let me show you. My copy of the spreadsheet that I'm in it every day, I can see the mistake in it that I couldn't see in the other one until just now, that I have to go update and fix it. So if you made $1,525.33 from net income, employment, self-employment. I work self-employment. I understand net income a whole lot easier with self-employment. Not the 200. Great. This minus 1,000. 525 is over 525 and 33 cents is over the threshold of $1,000 net income that you're allowed to earn and still remain on benefits with ODSP. They'd see that $394 is 75% to claw back from the 525 and 33 cents. Last month, I'm getting $1,697.85 from ODSP. It would be $1,779, but they take away $81.15 for the overpayment. So then I made money. I still get $1,600 from ODSP. They add $100 work-related benefit. This is how I get $1,797.85. I made $1,525.33 from work, self-employment. Total income, business net income plus ODSP payment for the month. Single person, no children, not married, $2,929.18. I still keep my benefits. My assets are below the limit. If I do that $1,525 every month on ODSP, by the end of the year, the total amount is $35,150.19. That means I get to increase my contribution room to my RESPs. Wait, RRSPs. RESPs are registered education savings plans. RRSPs are registered retirement savings plans. To have more room contribution for your registered retirement savings plan, you need to be earning a taxable income, which is your employment income or self-employment income. This is how we do the math. And we are done section 4. Yay. All of that took that. See the brain power involved of calculating ODSP, making it make sense, explain it to the whole world. And yes, there is an error in the spreadsheet. I will spend some time today. I will correct it. I will make a whole new video in the Buy Me a Coffee store with it so that it just does what it's supposed to do. because financial independence is it's achievable. Yes, we worked through it. We did the math. We saw it. I saw something nice. If I make $1,500 this month and next month, great, because I'm gonna work on that. And I'll show, like, if I make $1,500 from my business, net income, take home, owner's pay, living wage, for the next 3 months, I think it's 4,500. Yeah, I think it's 4,500. I need a calculator. Hold on, give me a minute. Not calendar, calculator. 1,525 times 3. Yeah, $4,575 for the next 3 months. I'm still eligible for Ontario Disability Support Program. Because the math said so in the spreadsheet I use in my daily budget every single day, that I see every single day, that I now have to update into the download digital for the Buy Me a Coffee. Fantastic. Okay, been on talking for an hour and a half. I have to go back for a break. I'm going to end the show now, but it's been very, very wonderful talking to everybody in chat today and the live stream. And I have not had a muscle spasm right now. It's a good chance I'm going to have one as soon as I end the show, but I'll be okay. I will see you next Saturday, and smooches. Bye. Oh yeah, like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.